Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're on a very specific mission. We're going to show you how moving away from manual proxy management isn't just some minor tweak to your workflow. It's literally the absolute ultimate upgrade for modern web data collection. In today's digital landscape, the sheer volume of data businesses need to process is just staggering. Whether you're scraping competitor pricing, hunting for exclusive deals, or managing dozens of e-commerce accounts, shifting from a tedious, hands-on grind to a streamlined, automated powerhouse is no longer optional. It's mandatory for survival. So let's dive right in.
Honestly, how many times have you set up a flawless web scraping run, only to wake up to a screen totally full of error messages and a massive headache because of downtime? We're talking about the daily, exhausting struggles with IP bans, aggressive throttling, and hitting captcha after captcha. It kind of helps to think of it like this. Accessing a website repeatedly with the exact same static IP is basically like walking into a casino where you've already been banned, wearing the exact same brightly colored shirt and a giant name tag. I mean, you're going to get spotted and kicked out instantly. That's exactly why you have to jump through 1,000 hoops just to test a proxy, deal with hit or miss reliability, and essentially operate completely blind to what's happening in your network. It's frustrating and it totally kills your momentum.
So here's our roadmap for today. First, the struggle of manual management. Second, the engine, which is the proxy manager itself. Third, the power-up, exploring automated benefits. Fourth, the beneficiaries, looking at who needs this. And finally, number 5, the scale, where we unleash your absolute potential. All right, Section 1, the struggle. Manual management. Before we can fully appreciate the solution, we really need to understand the immense friction of the traditional workflow. Doing things the old-fashioned way, yeah, it's a recipe for total inefficiency. Switching IPs by hand completely drains your time and shatters your focus. And because you're forced to track proxy performance manually, you run a massive, massive risk of IP bans and captures just stopping your scripts dead in their tracks. Plus, let's be real, it leaves incredibly wide open room for human error. One mistyped port, one forgotten credential update, and boom, your entire operation goes offline. Configuring each IP manually isn't just a frustrating chore, it actively bottlenecks your critical tasks. It invites constant, stressful downtime where you basically become the single point of failure. Moving right along to Section 2, the engine. Enter the proxy manager. Let's pivot from the problem to the actual technology that acts as an intelligent routing engine for everything you do. So, what is it? Well, a proxy manager tool is not just a single IP address or some text file full of numbers. It is a dedicated, highly intelligent software layer that organizes, rotates, and monitors your proxies entirely automatically. Instead of forcing you to pick between individual static proxies and, manually manage them yourself, this software acts as the brain behind the whole operation. It handles all the routing seamlessly for your apps, your scripts, or your browsers. It completely frees you up so you can focus on writing better code or actually analyzing your data, rather than constantly babysitting your network infrastructure. When you compare the old way to the new way, it's night and day. On one hand, manual proxy setup is basically a spreadsheet of dread. It's super time-consuming, highly error-prone, and leaves you constantly reacting to problems long after they've ruined your tasks. On the other hand, a proxy manager tool is an automated, highly optimized, set-and-forget nirvana. It proactively saves you time, drastically cuts down on configuration errors, and makes absolutely sure that your network is always performing at its peak without needing you to constantly step in. Which brings us to Section 3, the power-up, automated benefits. What actually happens when you plug this engine in? Let's look at how this software dynamically upgrades your entire network.
Let's just walk through this brilliant automated workflow. First up, the tool stores all your proxies centrally, meaning you only ever have to update credentials or lists in one single place. Second, it automates rotation. So instead of you having to write complex code just to switch proxies, the manager seamlessly rotates your digital footprint to dodge IP bans and throttling. Third, it boosts efficiency by intelligently routing your traffic through only the fastest, healthiest IPs available at that exact millisecond. And this is crucial. It detects blocked or dead proxies and pulls them out of rotation, replacing them instantly. Why does this matter? Well, imagine you're running a script for a highly competitive limited edition sneaker drop. If a proxy dies during checkout manually, you lose the purchase entirely. It's gone. But with a proxy manager, that dead IP is swapped out before the target server even registers a delay. You stay fast, reliable, and completely anonymous.
Now you might be thinking, does automation mean I'm flying blind? Absolutely not. Actually, it's the exact opposite. A high-quality proxy manager provides comprehensive live analytics and total control right from a centralized dashboard. You can instantly track your current and total bandwidth, see the exact number of online IPs in your pool, and view these granular charts comparing active versus failed connections. You can even pull historical data from 1 to 24 hours to track usage patterns and success rates. It gives you absolute transparency, letting you troubleshoot and optimize your network in real time. It just gives you total confidence in your infrastructure. And this creates a massive real-world impact. Take this experience from a proxy rack user. They said, "I don't think about proxies and reCAPTCHA anymore. I set them up one time, and now with every request, I have a new IP." I mean, that is powerful social proof that really grounds the technical claims we've been talking about. A seamless, hassle-free data collection experience isn't just marketing speak, it's genuinely achievable. Getting to that true set-and-forget mentality fundamentally changes how you operate on a daily basis. Okay, Section 4, the beneficiaries. We've seen the power under the hood, but whose workflows are actually being transformed here? Let's break it down. The use cases are incredibly vast. You've got web scrapers and SEO professionals using these managers to collect literally millions of rows of vital market data at scale, entirely safely without getting blocked by anti-bot protections. Then there are e-commerce teams and sneaker bot users who rely heavily on them to seamlessly rotate IPs, making sure high-speed checkout tasks or multi-account management run flawlessly without triggering fraud alerts. Deal hunters use proxy managers to track localized pricing efficiently across dozens of global retailer sites in seconds. And of course, privacy-conscious users utilize this tech to browse the web securely and anonymously, leaving zero trace behind. And finally, Section 5, the scale, unleashing potential. This is really the ultimate goal of our explainer, seeing how pairing a smart proxy manager with diverse IP pools unlocks limitless, unmetered scale. Here's the thing, your proxy manager's API is only as good as the IPs it has access to, but automatically the system searches a massive repository to select the absolute best IP for your specific task across 3 distinct pools. You have residential proxies, which provide real IPs from regular household internet connections, giving you an exceptionally high success rate for those really strict target websites. Then you have data center proxies, offering incredible speed and uncapped bandwidth for a predictable flat fee, which is perfect for bulk operations. And lastly, you have mobile proxies, giving you access to an exclusive pool of real 3G, 4G, and 5G cellular connections. The manager intelligently routes your request exactly where it needs to go. 140. That represents the number of different countries you can instantly access IPs from using one single, simple API endpoint. The United States, the UK, Australia, all across Asia, Europe, and more. You can even get super granular by targeting specific cities or precise internet service providers. This allows for unparalleled geographical targeting, literally giving you the power to bypass region locks and view localized data exactly as a real human user in that specific city would see it. So, to summarize the core takeaway here, a proxy manager allows you to scale effortlessly. Instead of paying for individual static proxies and outgrowing them in a week, you just create a subscription and gain instant access to a massive, rotating pool of unique monthly IP addresses. Whether you're running an operation that requires 10 proxies or 10,000, this unified tool ensures total efficiency, rock-solid reliability, and infinite scale, all without your costs or your manual effort skyrocketing. It takes the heavy lifting completely out of your hands. Which leaves us with one final thought. In an era where data is arguably the most valuable currency on Earth, why are you still acting as your own bottleneck? It's time to abandon the painful, manual ways of the past, embrace automated proxy management, completely reduce your risk of bans, and unleash the true scale of your operations. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope this transforms how you approach web data collection forever.